Hello and welcome to this week's edition of ECTV News. I'm Ray Newcomb.
And I'm Brooke O'Leary.
At 7 p.m. on Wednesday, the men's volleyball team will take on Newbury College in the McDonald Gym. Come support your Gulls.
If you're looking for something a bit colder at 7, the Gulls men's hockey team will take on Johnson & Wales at the Bork Arena in the CCC semifinals. Come catch action on ice.
And now let's see what's going on in the wide world of sports. Take it away, Matt Pritchard.
Hello and welcome to this week's edition of EC Sports. For ECTV, I'm Matt Pritchard. It was a heartbreaking ending for the men's basketball team as they fell to Nichols College in the CCC final. The three-point loss ended a two-year championship streak. Despite the loss, the Gulls have earned an at-large bid into the NCAA tournament and will face Salisbury in the first round this weekend. The men's ice hockey team got all over Western New England 8-3 in the CCC quarterfinal. The Gulls will host Johnson & Wales today in the CCC semifinals. The winner of that game will advance to the championship on Saturday. The women's ice hockey team, after earning a first-round bye, will face off against Stevenson in the CHC semifinals on Saturday, with the winner advancing to the championship on Sunday. All games will be played at the Raymond J. Bork Arena, so make sure to get out and support. Donovan Day led the men's volleyball team to a three-set sweep against conference opponent Elms this past weekend. For his performance, he was named NECC Player and Rookie of the Week. He will look to continue his strong performance versus Newbury College tonight. The men's tennis team dropped their spring opener to Stonehill on Sunday. They will look to bounce back at St. Anselm on Friday. The men's lacrosse team dropped their opener at Stevens this past Saturday as well. The Gulls will look to pick up their first win today as they host Union at 4 p.m. The women's team will open up their 2017 campaign hosting Wheaton today at 7 before traveling to Wellesley on Saturday. The baseball team will also open up their season up this week on Saturday as they host Salem State at 1 p.m. That's all for this week in EC Sports. For ECTV, I'm Matt Pritchard. Get out there and support your Gulls.
Is that it? Oh my God.
On Thursday at 8, Late Night Loca presents Oh, the Places You'll Go, a vision board making in celebration of Dr. Seuss's birthday.
Then at 9 p.m., Gullies presents their 21 plus night with late night cornhole. If you're of age, come toss some bags and enjoy some drinks.
This Friday, let the artist in you out as Gullies holds paint night. Beginning at 8 p.m., this is open to all students and you can sign up through your Blue Buzz email.
Then make your way over to Lower Callahan for some frozen treats at 9 p.m. for the Late Night Loca ice cream bar.
Bundle up and hit the slopes on Saturday as Endicott hosts a ski trip to Killington. The total cost is $60 and the bus leaves at 7 a.m. Purchase tickets through your Blue Buzz email.
Let's take a look at Shake My Head News with Riley and Lexi.
Hi, and welcome to Shake My Head News, where we give you the most ridiculous stories from around the world. I'm Riley Fitzgibbons.
And I'm Lexi Lozano. Scientists in the Philippines have identified a huge carcass that recently washed up on a beach in the Digana Islands. The 20-foot-long body, which appeared to be covered with white hair, was found earlier this week. Locals were perplexed as to what the creature could be, and as images of the carcass appeared online, social media jumped in. Some suggested it could be a sea cow, while others speculated, not entirely seriously, that it could be a giant Shih Tzu. Locals speculated that the creature may have been killed in a recent earthquake, but researchers now believe that it was hit by a ship. I'm not sure what these people are looking at, but it looks to me like a giant wave.
For those who believe in magic, watch out for this Florida couple. Catarina Rodriguez Carrera and Miguel Vega were brought to the slammer after a Santa Rosa Beach homeowner invited them inside to bless her home and belongings, wanting a white witchcraft blessing routine. Once they went inside her home, they asked the woman to leave the room, explaining that they needed to be alone to set up a shrine and perform the blessing ritual. Instead, the couple apparently escaped on their broom with $10,000 in cash. Moral of the story is, be careful what you witch for.
The fast food chain Burger King capitalized on the Day of Love with a special Valentine's Day promotion, offering diners an adult meal, which comes with a free adult toy. But before you get too excited, it's only available in Israel. In a YouTube video advertising the offer, a voiceover says, "Kids meal? That's for kids." Over a sexy soundtrack with an appropriate throbbing bass line, it continues, Burger King presents the adult meal with an adult toy inside. While Burger King isn't the first place I would suggest for a romantic night out, this is sure to bring in some revenue.
How far can you really go blaming the dog? That's the claim a 25-year-old man made after his sleeping girlfriend was shot in her right leg late Tuesday night in their Florida home. Police were called to the house just before 11:30 p.m. on a report that a 25-year-old woman had been shot in their bedroom. Diesel the dog allegedly jumped on the nightstand by the woman's bed, jumping on the gun and setting it off. So next time your girlfriend gets shot in the leg, just blame it on the dog.
That's all we have for you today. Thanks for tuning in to Shake My Head News.
And thanks for being foolish.
At 7 p.m. on Saturday, Cab is back with their popular bingo night in Lower Callahan. Then stick around as Late Night Loco holds Pizza Palooza at 9 p.m.
This week, our own Brianna Marr sat down for an interview with former British ambassador to Cuba, Dr. Paul Hare. Let's take a look.
Hi, I'm Brianna Marr, and I am here with Dr. Paul Hare. He served as the British ambassador to Cuba from 2001 to 2004, and he's here to talk to Endicott students about U.S. and Cuba relations and what the future holds. How are you doing?
Fine, thank you. Good to be here.
Yes. Thank you so much for coming. So tell us a little bit about your background and your experience as the ambassador.
Well, I was a member of the British Foreign Service for 30 years, and this was one of our postings from 01 to 04, as you say. Previously, we'd served in Venezuela, which is obviously a strong partner, or was, of Cuba. So the two together gave us quite a wide range of perspectives on Cuba. And we had normal diplomatic relations with Cuba. We engaged with Cuba in lots of areas like education, sport, as well as the political exchanges and the economy. And lots of British tourists also went to Cuba.
That's really cool. What do you think Americans should know about Cuba and the Cuban people? Because it's such a small country, I feel like a lot of Americans don't really know a lot about the relations between the U.S. and Cuba.
Well, I think they should know that there's a long history of U.S. connections. Formal independence was in 1902, and from then on, their closest foreign relationship, I won't call it necessarily an ally, because it was a strange relationship, was with the United States. And many Americans went to do business there, some settled in Cuba, and the U.S. was the major market for Cuban products, mainly sugar and agricultural. Then the revolution, of course, came, and Fidel Castro expropriated a lot of American property. It's a long story, but obviously that antagonized the business community. The embargo was put on, and of course that's been essentially on for over 50 years. Even what President Obama did in 2014 didn't lift the embargo. But what they should know is that it is a large, beautiful island. It's 800 miles long. It's got a wonderful climate, of course, wonderful beaches, and it's soaked in history. There's much more to it than just the revolutionary years. And it's a country, I think, with a lot of upside potential. And the Cubans are very resilient, friendly people. They've been through a lot, and in many respects, they deserve a better future.
And what do you think is the future of U.S. and Cuba relations? I know you mentioned the embargo. I don't know if you have any opinions or thoughts on what the future might hold for the two countries.
I think it's entering an uncertain phase with the election of President Trump. He's suggested that he may want to undo the Obama effect. He is close to some hardline Cuban Americans, but I think the vast majority, even of Cuban Americans, as shown by the polls, don't want any reversal. They want they don't necessarily want approval of everything that goes on in Cuba. In fact, what Britain does and other countries do doesn't mean to say they approve of the human rights issues on Cuba, but they do want a process of more engagement, of exchanges, and because that offers the best hope for the future of the Cuban people.
Right. Well, hopefully the future is bright for the U.S. and Cuba. Well, we want to thank you so much for being here, and thanks so much for sitting down with me.
Delighted. Thank you very much.
Now back to the desk.
Wish your Gulls women's hockey team good luck this Sunday as they compete in the CHC Championship. Go Gulls!
On Tuesday at 6:30 p.m., ECTV will be holding its weekly meeting in AC 263. Stop by and help us film.
And that about wraps it up for this week. For ECTV, I'm Ray Newcomb.
And I'm Brooke O'Leary. Have a great week, Gulls.